Okay, well, here we are. We're actually here this time. And let's surrender from this game. In the top, we have in the red Mao Zedong playing as the red. Did I say red twice? Whatever. But we literally have our red guardians. Get it? Mao Zedong, communists, red. Okay, yeah, that was bad. But our dark blue guardians in the bottom of the map is going to be his opponent, Midna. Yeah, so Midna and Mao Zedong are both pretty decent players, I think, but Midna, I believe, is probably stronger. He is currently rank 1 on game replays partially due to activity, partially due to the fact that his micro is actually really good. Both players are expanding the standard way this time. This is like the most common way to expand. Basically, you get your ref here, and then you go Rax, Motor Pool, second ref here. I do like Midna's second ref placement slightly better, though. It doesn't really make too much of a difference, though, because it turns out most of the time your harvesters spend most of the time in the oil thing and in the ref, and they don't spend much time traveling, actually. So even if your ref is a little off, it doesn't matter too much. But this is like ideal placement because, like, it could be a little tiny bit more ideal, but it doesn't really make much of a difference. This way, the harvesters have to go on a. Actually, no, this is okay too. Turns out they can go path through there. Okay, so it looks like our power is going there. Midna's power is going to complete first, so Midna's a little ahead of his opponents here. It looks like our scouts are going to encounter each other here. Midna normally likes to play really aggro T1, and actually, this is the best map for that. Yeah, this is definitely the best map for Midna's playstyle because he loves his he loves his tier 1 spam, and there's no map where tier 1 spam is better in Guardians versus Guardians than a map like Penguin Paradise Shipyards or maybe Circular Logic, because those maps, they're all really wide. They're large maps, yes, but the rush distances are really short because of the way the maps are designed, because they're squares instead of rectangles. Okay, so, and yeah, we're seeing T1 spam from Midna. Do we have a tech lab? We don't have tech yet from Mao Zedong. So Mao Zedong is doing something similar. He's playing I'm actually honestly like, yeah, it looks like he's going to do the same thing. Looks like we have our APCs here. And Midna's is not going to get, it doesn't seem to like it's going to get a crush in, but Mao Zedong's is hanging back and where it's safe. Midna's APC has been poked down to under half health. It's not being healed up right now. You might want to heal it before going back in. Okay, both players picking off a few infantry. APC's trying to get the crush in, getting a couple infantry just as it reaches no health. Mao Zedong survives with barely any health, but it fails to get a crush in. Okay, so yeah, both players going very aggro, very tier 1 heavy, and they're going to. This is going to be all about micro. Both APCs are dead now. Most of the infantry are also dead, although Midna has a new group of grenade infantry coming onto the field. Midna does have control of the high ground right now, but Mao Zedong has expanded backwards a bit. He did just have to sell a building, though, so okay, it looks like he's going to go for his second racks. Midna, on the other hand, is now... Oh, he's tacked! He's tacked! He has scorch tanks! Okay, this could be interesting. This could be interesting. I did hear that Midna had recently learned the meta, according to Just Plain Savage, which apparently may or may not be better than what Midna was doing before, because he had the micro to do grenade infantry micro. And it looks like Mao Zedong, surprisingly, I'm definitely going to say I underestimated him as a player, because his micro has been pretty solid. On the other hand, as you can see, most of his grenade infantry are dead, but he did also exchange a couple salvos with Midna. He did successfully exchange a couple. He has taken out a bunch of Midna's rocket cars. Like, Midna barely has any rocket cars left, while Mao Zedong barely has any infantry left. On the other hand, that could partially be because of the fact that Midna started producing scorch tanks instead of rocket cars. On the other hand, he has reached Spectre tech, so he has a radar somewhere, and so yeah, with Spectres he might have a lead now. And he's also been allowed to get his scorch tanks into range of the infantry, killing a lot of infantry. Not allowing that APC to get any crushes, and yeah, it looks like things are starting to look bad for Mao Zedong. he did do very good while both players were in tier 1, but Midna was able to tech up without losing the advantage, and now Midna he's actually starting to lose his units, but he is coming in with a set of reinforcements with some new Spectres, because Spectres have a larger unit size. They will be less susceptible to the AoE of the grenade infantry. Okay, looks ooh, APC, gotta kill that thing. Okay, APC has been almost focused down. It might get a... No, it's not going to get a crushing at this point. Yeah, Midna is being forced to retreat. There is a second and a third APC on the field. Okay, Midna is definitely going to lose these infantry. I kind of wonder if at this point it might be better for him just to start producing snipers. I mean, snipers aren't good versus vehicles, but at least they're a little farther off from the APC line, so sometimes they're easy to defend using Spectres only. Okay, so it looks like, yeah, those two APCs are dead. There's another coming in. Looks like, yeah, Midna is now being pushed back. So the question is attacking really worth it in Guardians versus Guardians in such a short rush distance map? Maybe, maybe not. Midna, however, does have his first heavy drone on the field now, and if he gets some more, this may be really bad for Mao Zedong. Mao Zedong has reached Scorches. Surprisingly, he had a Scorch on the side. If he can sneak like 3 Scorches into the side, he can easily take out some key tech of Midna's. Like, he can more likely just take out a single ref, and that'll cripple Midna's economy temporarily, unless he's on 4 refs right now. It looks like he's only on 3. Mao Zedong is also only on starting his 3rd ref. Oh, and it looks like this ref is about to be lost. The Scorch tanks are the Scorch tanks are just so tanky. They do so much damage versus refs. Midna has now been reduced to 2 refs. Meanwhile, Mao Zedong is just about to reach 2.5 pretty much, because yeah, the 3rd graph is up, but there's only going to be 1 harvester on it. Now, so Midna's going to have to rebuild that soon. Mao Zedong about to enter with his the 4 ref stage. He's starting to look good, but on the other hand, the Spectres do counter Scorch tanks. Personally, I don't think Mao Zedong should have ever pulled back. He should have kept the Scorch tank aggro. He should have taken down buildings. He should have aimed to at least take down a... Okay, I think he GG'd. But what he should have done with the Scorches, because the Scorches aren't good versus Spectres, but they're good versus buildings. He should have hard focused the buildings, and I don't even know who won that game. I think Midna won. Okay. I think Midna won. Yeah, but yeah, definitely just the Scorch tanks weren't able to compete with Spectres, because it got to the point where there was a bunch of Scorch tanks, there was a bunch of Spectres. Yes, the Spectres couldn't kill the Scorch tanks very fast, but the Scorch tanks really couldn't do anything versus the Spectres. What they had to do, they had to focus buildings, and he fell back instead of going forwards. He should have basically suicided those Scorch tanks to buy time for his own Spectre tech. But unfortunately for him, Midna's tech was all hidden way back in a really safe spot. And also, he didn't go that path. Okay. I think Midna won. Or it might still be going on. Let's see. No, the game is over. Okay, so let's head over to Rickard versus Stewart. I don't... Rickard... I know he's been in here before. Okay, I contacted them both on Discord. Well, Stu is here now. Oh, okay. He seems to be offline, which is unfortunate. I guess I'll contact him in... And... yeah, it appears that Rickard is not here. Okay. Okay. Midna. Okay, yeah. I think we're gonna go over to back to Strike Eureka versus Plasma. Zerton versus John X. Oh my god, I need to watch that game. I want to watch that so much, but it looks like Just Plain Savage will be watching that instead. Okay. So now I'm looking for Plasma versus Striker Eureka, which I doubt will be a thing. I'm thinking I may have to disqualify both of these people. it's looking like... Okay, I guess I'll give... Okay, so... Well... Okay, so we're gonna host Midna versus Stuart98, who happen to be like 2 of the 3 people I can actually contact. The other people are Striker Eureka, who's at home, who will be home in 15 minutes. Okay, it looks like we're up. Actually, I could have put a password on this because these 2 people are actually people I can contact. The good thing is, the further we get in this tournament, the more contact I have with these people, because of the new group of players, Midna is the first person that I managed to get in contact with. Yeah, Midna's definitely the first of the new players, the first I've gotten in contact with. Stuart is... So after this, I guess, loser chooses the map from the map pool.